Men work on themselves better when they feel that they are not attractive. Men will make themselves better. But women, when they feel like they're not attractive, they try to change the men, try to say the men are wrong. You should
A
think I'm
hundred
beautiful.
percent, 100%.
Don't you know that's true, Shan Monet? That's true.
Shan, what? You dis? She muted
Wait,
like a
you're
motherfucker.
mute.
You
You're
You
muted.
mute.
muted.
You muted.
She probably been talking this whole time
You
too, y'all.
muted.
Y'all know how Shan is.
You muted.
Imagine that. Shan probably don't
Unmute.
interrupt 1,000 times, not knowing she was muted.
Okay, sorry, thank you. So the reason why I say that is because I do agree that that may be true for some, but these girls going into surgery trying to fix these bodies. SpongeBob got a butt now. Makeup be stacked.
But that's not working on themselves. That's faking it till you make it.
Man,
That's
that's
makeup.
actually
No,
that's
that
actually the dime pieces that are already almost 8, 9, to 10 that are doing that shit.
so when I say work on yourself, because that's where they lack. We were talking about ugly, right? They weren't lacking in anything else. Are you just saying ugly as in themselves, like their personality, or we
No, I
just
would say like get in shape.
Face.
Get in shape. Don't go for the
We
plastic
talking about the
surgery. Give
lens of a
yourself.
man. It
oh,
ain't
because
got nothing.
ugly doesn't just mean. I mean, because first of all, I don't think people are ugly, but I the unattractive to some men, I would say that I don't necessarily just mean overweight. You can be unattractive and still be slim and they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? It could be bad body.
That's
Hmm.
true.
It could be like you're slim, but your body's still bad. Like, and
Hmm.
not in good bad, but bad. So there are women who realize that about themselves, and I'm not saying all Americans. We know, I'm just saying that there are some, but don't necessarily think I like the way that they're trying to improve themselves. Put it that way.
So you don't like when they put a BBL on.
I mean,
It
haven't you
ain't
seen the
bad.
video
The
clean?
hips don't match the butt. It's like
What about the ones
it's
that
not
match?
really a
N-
match.
Nah, it's
Later.
the BBLs are all fine and dandy. I don't have no problem with what nobody do because if you want to do it, right? I just get really, really upset when your ankle is the size of a wrist, your thigh is the size of like an arm, but your butt is
But
like 5 heads put together.
I think
That
it would be
is a
better to
problem.
lift weights and get it the natural way, because that way your body would transfer, they move that fat the way it's supposed to be naturally on your body, than going to a surgeon who may not have the creative eye for your body type and he's trying to put something there that's just not
Right.
meant to be there.
Because what I also notice is when we're talking about beauty standard, it gets really weird, right? Because a lot of people will start talking about beauty standard based on like what is a woman's height and weight, because I've heard so many people on social media talking about, oh, I would never date a chick that's over 140 pounds. But I think that's because that number sounds good, because
No,
when a
that's not a
chick
number.
that walks by that is 200 pounds
Yeah, no,
actually looks
I'm
really
more
good,
for the body
that's a
type.
completely different situation, and I don't think anybody realizes that.
We go by body mass index for real, for
Yeah,
real.
I realize it. I'm shape versus weight. If it's
Okay,
shape right,
but
yeah.
who goes by body mass index? That's what I'm saying.
I do.
Man, yeah, me
I
too.
think about
Okay,
it like
so
this. Think about it like this. Whenever you like say like for, and I'm not trying to pick on you, like you can consider kind of thick. Let's say for example, you got pregnant in your third trimester, you probably would have gained maybe 50 to 60 pounds. Can you
mhm.
imagine? You imagine what you look like with an
No,
extra
I know
six.
exactly what I look like. I know exactly what I would look like. I
And
have
the and
three
the issue
kids.
and the issue is, do you also know the challenge of coming down from that weight too, right?
But here's the crazy part that I don't think anybody really factors in when they're saying like these
Hold
numbers,
on,
right?
before you say that, you do know the challenge of coming down from that, right?
Yes.
And then
The
you
like
know
losing weight. Yeah.
most people, you did it, you could do it, but
Hmm.
most women are not cut out to be able to come down from their weight like that. You know that.
Yeah. Especially if like they're short. Like if you're tall and you gain weight, the weight kind of fills in. But when you're short and you get big, it's like quicker and it's harder to kind of lose. So I think men are looking
I don't know if most men, but men are looking to get someone a little bit slimmer so they don't have to worry about, prepping their lady to work out, because most of women are not working out. So that's one less thing they got to worry about, is telling your ass to work out. You go, think about other things that are important.
I'm just saying that when we're talking about weight and it's connected directly to the beauty standard and we're going by the BMI, there is something that's not accounted for, which is ethnicity. Because in all honesty, a white woman standing at 5'4" being 140 pounds and a black woman standing at 5'4" being 140 pounds looks completely different. It looks completely different. And
Where's
I
your
noticed that
sources at?
across all races.
Where's
Like,
your
That has
source?
been debunked, though. I'm in the insurance industry. I work in the health insurance, and that has been debunked. There's only a difference of like 0.03%. Again,
you don't feel like it, like, I'm not talking about statistics or on paper. I'm saying when you physically
on
look
weight,
at it.
yeah, but a weight is weight. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Weight is weight. And it's only been debunked because they used to say, oh, we can be bigger as African American people because maybe our butts are bigger, or whatever, which is true. But the thing, it does not throw off that BMI scale much. Like, we cannot allot for a 200-pound 5-foot woman and say because she has a big butt, she's overweight, she's obese. So, but again, that has been debunked about that. But we are a little thicker in certain spaces, but the weight is weight for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a question real fast, because we always bring up the weight. Are we talking about because it doesn't look good, or are we talking about health wise?
No, it's when you get on the scale and what the weight say. It don't matter how you shape. It's what happens when you get on that scale.
No,
I'm strictly talking about how it look. Me personally,
Exactly. Because a lot of times you'll see a woman that's 5, like, I know for a fact, right? When I got down to 140, everybody walked around and said I looked sick. Even though,
but
technically that was still me being overweight for what's my height.
My head is too big for that.
To Marcus's point, for men specifically, it's preference on how you look first and then the weight second, because we all know that Megan Thee Stallion probably weigh about 180 to 190 pounds.
Yeah.
But everybody who has that weight, it's not going to look like that.
And also, you got to determine like your body shape, your head size. Like, if you trying to get to a stick, but your head is big, that sounds like you didn't properly
even it out.
Like, you gotta like look at yourself. Like, I have kids, and I'm about to start losing weight when I'm, past my 6 weeks postpartum, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna look at myself. I'm gonna be like, yo, what do I need to lose, and how I'm gonna look? I'm not trying to get to where I was when I was 20. Because I was way too fucking skinny. But I have kids now. I'm trying to be a certain weight. You got to determine that. And then if you have a husband or whatever, y'all talk about it. I think people are trying to lose too much weight, but it don't match. So kind of be logical.
Yeah, because you sit up there and you lose a certain amount of weight, even though that's what your BMI is supposed to be. It doesn't look good. Like, it literally tells me my BMI is supposed to be like 130. The last time I was 130, I was like 14.
Well, I get that, but again, it's not even really about that. It's really about replacing the fat with muscle. That's what you should be doing. Okay. Again, like I have told women, don't worry about the weight itself. We really do have to worry about focus on our lifestyle. Weight is fine. But if you don't focus on your total lifestyle, like me, I've been vegetarian for 15 years. I ain't been over 150 pounds. I've had 4 kids, and I have gained weight. I used to weigh 100 pounds. Now I'm 150. Do I ever want to go back down to 100? Absolutely not. But now it's just your overall health, because I'm in my 50s. So, you got to look at age and all this stuff. But I say, put away the scale, focus on your lifestyle first, eat healthier, exercise, and that weight will come down, because there are also studies that show that you can be up to 50 pounds overweight and be just as healthy as someone who's smaller, who don't work out, especially you're physically active as an overweight person. However, the concern is you still have all this extra fat around your heart. That's why it's better to replace that fat with muscle. That's the thing. So it's not about shaming people, because no, everybody that's little don't look good. They ain't healthy. They don't work. They think they don't have to work out because they're smaller. When actuality, you have to work out. You should be physically active regardless.
And you gotta also keep in mind, ladies, at the rate y'all are willing to tap out of relationships and file for divorce, I think it behoove you to keep yourself in shape, so that whenever you do go make your frequent in and out of the dating market, your body is optimized. But the audacity to you heathens who gonna hold on to all this damn weight with the mentality of still exercising an exit plan based on hypergamy or your feelings of not being satisfied in a relationship. The audacity of you heathens.
Heathens, though.
At least I didn't say heifers. I mean,
You know what? That is, you're right.
It's
That's
almost
a win.
like it's
That's
almost like an employed worker not staying up to part on his skills, knowing at any given moment if he don't like where he's working at, he's gone. So it's behooving him to keep his resume tight and his skills efficient. Same to you with your beauty and your appearance and your femininity.
I just think that man or no man, you should take care of your bodies. Okay, that's just like me. I get it, but when we tell women that, you know, if you want to find a man, get smaller, because we all know that there are large girls who get married, but I'm telling women to take care of your bodies regardless. You need to be working on you need to be obsessed with how your physical look. You just should.